What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today you're watching Reptilian World. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys on how to make a simple leopard gecko setup. Here are some things we're going to be using: a little substrate scooper, a piece of driftwood here, a hide, another hide there, a water dish, a lamp bulb, and some fake plants and our substrate. So I hope you enjoy. So the substrate I'm going to be using for my leopard gecko setup is a 25-liter substrate. It's kind of like wood pieces, like really fine pieces. It's also used for corn snakes. So now we're going to be adding our substrate, and as you can see here, I have a 13-watt heat mat, which is recommended for leopard geckos. So here we have our worm hide, and we're going to be adding a big wooden hide here, or a stone hide, also just known as reptile hides. The reason why you guys need a worm hide is because leopard geckos, they need warmth in their enclosure, so they'll have like one cool hide there and one warm hide here, so they can just switch in between on what kind of hide they want to go into. So another thing you guys need to add in your enclosure would be a water dish, or it can also be a food dish. As leopard geckos, they drink water, and also a good advantage for having as a food bowl is you guys can just pop some food into your bowl and your gecko can come out and just eat the food by himself. So as you guys can see, the tank that I'm using for my leopard gecko setup is a wooden vivarium. It's 3 foot in length, and it has a vent at the back, has a heat bulb stand, also a UVB tube at the back, but I don't really need it. There's also a hydrometer, as you can see on the wall, and overall wooden vivariums are best for leopard geckos. So guys, the enclosure that I'm using for my leopard gecko setup is a 3 foot wooden vivarium. It's pretty good as a lot of people use it, and it's recommended over glass exoterra tanks. The material of the wooden tanks is also a lot better, and overall, in my opinion, they look nicer as they're wooden. And also another thing you guys can add in your enclosure would be a second hide. It can really be any kind of hide. You guys can make a hide yourself. All you guys have to do is just get like a small plastic container. You guys can actually cut a hole inside it, and your gecko will be able to go inside the hide. So adding multiple hides inside your gecko's enclosure is worth it, as it have a lot more places to hide in or sleep, especially if your gecko is feeling stressed, or if it feels scared, your gecko will be able to go from one hide to another hide. So overall, it's pretty good. So here is the second bowl. It can also just be used as a feeding bowl for a leopard gecko. So I'll have one water bowl and one feeding bowl, also called as like a feeding dish. Because it's best to have multiple like feeding bowls or water dishes in the enclosure, so your gecko can have access to food and water. Then also, you guys can actually add a lot more stuff in your aquarium or your guys' enclosure. It's just because I don't want to overcrowd the tank too much using a lot of like foliage like plants and sticks. So here I also have a piece of driftwood. It's pretty nice. It has like a small arc, a place for the gecko to also feel safe underneath. It looks pretty sick, as you can see, as it goes like an arch over there and the hide is underneath this, so it's overall pretty nice. So guys, here are some quick tips to know when making your guys' leopard gecko enclosure. Leopard geckos are ground-dwelling reptiles, which means they spend most of their time just wandering and exploring the enclosure on the ground, as they can't really climb or jump as they come from the desert. So it's best to have a lot of places for your geckos to hide in or to feel safe in. It's best to add multiple hides or pieces of wood so your gecko can just go underneath them, as they're also nocturnal, which means they like sleep during the day and they come out at night to eat their food. So guys, this is my enclosure I'm using for my Leopard Gecko. He's a big male, and here's his enclosure. It's wooden, 3 foot, it has like a bulb stand up there. The water dish is behind there, another hide is here. Then there's my food dish, another piece of wood and the water dish. There's also vents in the back of the enclosure, which makes the setup pretty simple and well. Now, time for the nice part. Adding my beautiful male Leopard Gecko into his enclosure. So, I guess it's time to unbox my beautiful male Leopard Gecko. There he is. He has gorgeous morphs and colors. He's really healthy and is in good condition. So let's watch some clips of him exploring his enclosure. Isn't he gorgeous? He's also a good size as well. So this enclosure isn't too big for him and it's not too small, because the best thing is having a big enclosure so your leopard geckos have a lot of more space to roam around in. So guys, as you can see right now, my male leopard gecko is happy. So guys, that was just a simple way on how to make a leopard gecko enclosure. It was pretty cool on showing you guys on what to use and how to make it. Overall, I think it was pretty cool. There's Leo, he's my male leopard gecko, and make sure to subscribe and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.